Would you say it's dented your confidence in the NHS?
Um, Most definitely. I look at them now and the pressures and the strains that they're under, and I've had, unique access to seeing those pressures and strains. The staff they've got, as I say, once the diagnosis was there, was absolutely fantastic. They couldn't do enough for me, and the staff are brilliant. I think the higher echelons need to support those individuals far more, and they again know what they're doing and how they're doing it. But rather than from the structure from the top down, you need to look from the bottom up. My condition was quite rare, so it potentially wouldn't have been something that people picked up, but the septicemia, that wasn't picked up very quickly. And funnily enough, on the radio, they just said in the last week that 10,000 people a year die from septicemia, and it's now becoming a thing that doctors need to look up and check for straight away. So, there are changes afoot, and that's what you want to hear, that, your case is taken forward and positive changes are made from it.
Yeah. So Neil, you're one of over 150 people actually who responded to a survey that we at Fobbed Dorset had put out. We got in touch with people like yourself,
Yep.
Who'd brought a complaint against the NHS organisation and invited people to share their experiences with us. So you had that letter from us and the survey.
Yep.
How did you feel when you got it?
Well, again, my mindset from the start was also to have, if there's anything I can do to make it positive for someone in the future, then it's well worth doing. Having an independent intermediary makes it a lot easier to be able to tell your story, as it were, and to be able to feed back, because you get the empathetic side and the emotive side from the independent, and hopefully it can feed it back in a structured way. Initially, obviously, by the formal side of going through the NHS, it's very difficult to get any emotive position across in that format, and once you've gone through the process, you're very loath to try and go back into it. So actually, by having an independent come through, listen to your story and evaluate those on a one-to-one basis and put those changes through, I think the trust should take this on board, because it's real life people, real life stories, giving truthful, independent facts from it, and that's true to life. You can't go against that. So I think it's a brilliant idea, and hopefully Trust will take them seriously and take it on board and make changes through that, because it is the truth and it is evidence.
Great. Well, thank you very much, and everyone else who took part in the survey. And as you know, we've sort of passed on people's comments to the trusts, and they say they're grateful to receive them, and they're going to take notice. And it's something that we at Health Watch, we're going to be following up with them in the coming months to find out actually what has changed. So thanks ever so much to you. I know lots of people will find your story really interesting and inspiring as well, and encouraging. So thanks ever so much for sharing it with us.
My pleasure.